Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today let's ask the question, would you take a corporate job if you could make more money than going on your own? Okay, so today I want to answer a question that came in on episode 292 from Kirill. By the way, Kirill is such a cool name. He said, don't know how much you make as a company owner, but what if you would still work in a corporate world and be a top manager or something and would get even more? Would you still choose to start your own company? Now, Kirill, this may make me sound stupid or naive, but that's the situation right now. So I left the corporate life, or as a contractor. I was making, my last contract I was making just over 400 pounds a day. I could go to London right now. I could go into London and take on a contract and make 500 or 600 pounds a day, which is what I was doing before, and making over 100,000 a year. That's always there, but I left that to start my own thing. And that might sound really stupid, especially for those of you out there who might be struggling to find a job, who are struggling to find work, who are just starting out. But that was something, those jobs are out there and they're not as hard to get as you might think, right? To me, that sounds easy. I've been up that way, and I got better and better at it. Got really good at interviewing, really good at selling myself, marketing myself, all that kind of stuff. And that life is always there. So I hate to admit this, but I don't make as much as if I was doing that. I have a lot more time freedom. I have a lot more freedom over my schedule, and I don't have that limit over what I can make. So there's a lot of stuff that we're doing, and there's a lot of pursuing the dream that I'm doing now, right? So right now I'm playing a different game. It's not about the money. Right, there's a certain minimum I have to make. I have to make enough so that my family doesn't suffer because I've got this crazy idea over here. So I'm always pushing and building up Overpass and all that kind of stuff. But you know what it was? A lot of the times you sit there, doing the morning commute into London, you're making a lot of money. You're making more money than you could even, you're so busy, but you're making a lot more money than you ever thought you would make. And you start thinking, I can afford all this kind of stuff. And then you start thinking, is this it? And you're sitting on the train in the morning and you're going and you're just, the whole pageantry of it all, you're putting on a suit, you're going into an office, you're working at a computer, you're going to the meetings, you're looking very official, you're very all this kind of stuff, right? And you look at other people on the train who are like 10, 20 years older than you with the paper, and you just think, oh, they're just stressed out and everything like that. You think, that could be me in a few years, right? Or, I could just be the cog in someone else's engine forever. Right, and a lot of it was thinking, I want to do my own thing. And Kirill, if you look at a lot of the people who comment on this channel, who watch this channel, a lot of people are in the same situation. They could easily go get a corporate job somewhere. They could easily get a job that is safe and secure. And that, you know what makes it hard is that's always there. Every time there's a bad month, every time the revenue goes down, every time you might have a client that makes you feel this small, every time you have a project that goes bad, every time something goes wrong, you think, I could just leave all this and go do something safe, right? But you'll end up, my fear is that I'm going to regret it. My fear is that I didn't come this far to quit. Right. So and every time we grow, like we hire another person or something like that, it's more responsibility on me. It's more on like I have to go out there and find clients. We have to go out there. We have to produce more apps. We have to look at our app revenue. How we're going to do that. And there's a lot more stress. I mean, if it's money that you're looking at for, Kirill, go corporate. I mean, start working on your CV. Right. I haven't looked at my CV in years. Right. But for a while that was. My CV was tight. I mean, it was just every contract I'd go to, every job I'd go to, it was perfect. I got really good at interviewing. I would interview 10 times more than anybody else. I just got really good at just going into places. My favorite thing to do with when I was looking for jobs was you go in there and you really impress them. Like you just go in there, really impress them, and then when they make you an offer, you go, sorry, I found something else, or I'm just not that interested, or I didn't like the carpet or whatever. Just to be kind of a jerk about it. That was kind of fun. And it started to think that was a different game, and now I'm doing something else, right? It's and that and every so often I think, God, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing for my family? But I'm around more. They get to see me more. It's much more exciting. I wake up early every morning and I'm excited for each day because I think, what can we do? The only thing that limits us is what we focus on in the company. Like, if we want to go a different direction, we could go that way. And it's really, really exciting. Just tell you a quick story. 3 or 4 years ago, I was at this school disco for my kids, one of my kids, and I went there. I don't usually go to these things, but I went. I'm just sort of sitting around, and a guy comes up to me, and he worked in the dairy. So when I moved to England, I got this job in a factory for a few months, and he was there, and he remembered me from there. So he said, "Hey, how's it going?" And I said, "Oh yeah, hey, how's it going?" I can barely remember him, but he was saying how, because the dairy had closed a few years after I left. Nothing to do with me, but it had closed because of the economy and everything. So that had closed down. So I said, yeah, the dairy closed down, and I got a job at the Tesco's manufacturing plant over in Didcot, which is about 10 miles away. And I worked there for about 5 years, was made redundant, got this other job, but I got this new job doing radiation cleanup or something like that. He says, and that job's supposed to go for like the next 10 years. So hopefully I'll have that job for the next 10 years, right? And it really struck me because by this point, there was no way I would take on a job that was a lot longer than 6 months, right? As a contractor, it was the ideal contract for me was 3 months because that got me a chance to renegotiate every so often. And also the idea of thinking 5 years in advance really scared me to be doing the same thing. And it still does now. Every time I think about where are you going to be 5 years from now? Am I still going to be doing the same thing? Am I still going to be in this office, or are we going to grow? Are we going to have more revenue coming in? Are we going to be squeaking by? How are things going to go? And always thinking about it's just playing a different game. And a lot of people who watch this channel, I assume, everyone that I've spoken to, that corporate job is there, but we're playing a different game, Kirill. It's not about the money. If it was, it'd be such an easy decision, right? I would take that. I mean, it's less risk, more reward, but this is more rewarding. I love doing this. I love being the creative side of this. I love being able to produce applications that are used by people all over the world. I love what we do, and the revenue is growing slowly, slower than I would like, but it is growing, and we are going in the right direction. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, if I could choose a corporate job that would pay more, hell no, I would not. And that's a decision I make every day. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you feel the same way? Put it in the comments, because I know a lot of you guys, you would be able to answer this question with a lot more fervor than I have. But anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.